Hello my friends, Natasha with Natasha'ScrapbooKorner, and today I'm coming with another haul. This is Amazon, and again it's my past belated birthday related. So I asked my honey if he would mind to order a couple things for me. This haul I would say would be inspired by Dede Willingham. Hi Dede, thank you for all the spoilers. Again, it's related to the previous haul that I did from Walmart, where I showed you guys that I picked up some Jane Davenport items for mixed media and art journaling, right? Remember that? And some creative watercolor inspiration and techniques by Danielle Donaldson. This is a great book. I already started perusing that, and I am reading one of the ebooks from Jane Davenport. It's a portraits, and I'm trying to gather some courage and start painting and doing, but for right now I want to get some info into my brain. All right, so that's what the other haul was, and now let's see the Amazon haul, and I'm still missing one more book, but it's really not major book. You don't have to have it. You don't have to have none of this, right? So first item, that's the organza inkjet printable, semi-printable silk sheets. I really, I think there is only 5 sheets per pack. Yeah, so I really like how my whimsical Alice in Wonderland entrance, like it was a hanging bag or wall hanging that I sent to Trisha, a little shabby chic. Hi Trish. And I used this one, and I really like the effect of it, so I went to go ahead and got me another 5 sheets. They are kind of on the expensive side, so I will be using them very wisely, and just in the very special projects. So that's that. Then well, let's see. Then I'm crazy about Alice in Wonderland, right? I think everybody knows. So I gave it a try and ordered a pre-owned book. This is from library, Burlington County Library, and this is 3D Alice Adventures in Wonderland. So I really love the painting, and art of this book. It's very whimsical. So, but unfortunately, this version, that per se book been really abused. So although they said it's in a good condition, it's not. So yeah, so the 3D comes from little brochures and little notes here and there. So I will be trying to find another book in a better condition, only because like this page, for example, she's flying down the hall, and you can open the doors. this is all good. You know, this one is kind of a little whimsy, so I can probably fix it a little bit. And there is the book, the door opens up in here, and there is this, you know, tea party and what's not. This page is great, and here's this little door when she took the, you know, the drink and eat me, and she left the key out there. So it's very, you know, like this page. And I really wanted to have an Alice, and somehow now that this, her head was torn, and it's supposed to be pull me, you know, it's supposed to expand her head higher when like she grows, and I don't have the head. I mean, maybe some of you have the version and you can copy for me so I can fix it. But I don't, you know, I don't have the image of Alice, and that's kind of like really devastating. And it's been really torn apart, so the people didn't know what they were doing really, and they seriously abused that book. I can take it apart from, you know, like from the center of the book and unglue the pages because they are double-sided in there. And I can, you know, kind of try to save it a little bit to put adhesive on the back, what's not, but I'm not sure because I don't have the image. So if anybody out there watching this video and you have this book, I would greatly appreciate if you would scan me the top part, this part of her. So yeah, but otherwise this book is just amazing, and the graphics, you know, the paintings, like this part is torn, but I can fix that, so that's, you know, that's okay. It's just the people didn't know how to use this thing, and they just basically tore it apart. I don't know. The books are like a sacred thing. The same here with the Cheshire Cat, that he's supposed to disappear, and you're supposed to pull the tab just like that and he disappears. Okay, so the people didn't know what they were doing, so they like tore it apart. You know, big hole. Why would you dig the big hole in here? I don't get it. They just pull the tab and he disappears. Okay. Anywho, so this book, I took my risk and, yeah, as I said, ordered pre-owned library version, which is much cheaper, of course, than, you know, brand new book. And I guess I can be satisfied with that, but I'm not sure. I like things proper. This is like a really cool page. You can see it's flying. She's like 3D. I used to have books like that when I was a little kid. I don't know where. I guess we gave them all up. So that's my Alice in Wonderland. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, and there is another version, the Alice in what's the other movie? I can't think of it. I don't know. All right, well, when it's gonna come, I'll show you the other version. Okay, so that's these two items. This is Amazon. So while watching Dede, again, she's Enabler, Dede Willingham, and in order for me to know how to color, I never could color shading, and I don't know the lighting, you know, like how the shade would fall off the like here you see the books, it's the light comes this way and the shade lays in there. So I never do the highlights on the right side. So she was doing a review in just recent one of her recent shows. She's here on YouTube now, not on Ustream, and she literally, I mean, couldn't be any perfect timing. So she suggested this couple books. They are older books. The Secrets of Coloring by Jennifer Zimmerman. Okay. So where she literally shows you how to paint, just tutorials and tricks of the trade from the professional illustrator. So in this book, she explains to you how how to color elements, like you see the highlight in here, which pencils she's using, techniques with the pencils, example of brushing, and monochromatic gradation to color blending. So this is the things that I'm right now working on. Hold on just a second, let me show you what exactly I'm talking about. Alright, so this is the image from one of the Morphia color books collection that I pulled the black and white image for coloring off of Pinterest, and I printed it out. It was okay quality to print out on this big sheet. And you can see right here I'm trying to blend different colors. So I didn't read this book because I just got it, so I'm gonna need to read up how professionally do that. But I took the knowledge of coloring from the Copic markers. And for blending with the Copic colors markers, you use 3 shades in order to blend it well. Okay, so I tried to use that technique of 3 closest shades in order to blend, and then try to blend, but still I'm not really happy how it looks. But judging by this explanation sheet, probably I did pretty good, but I will need to double check. So okay, so again, as any artist in the book, they guiding you through all the tools that you might need, you might want to use if you're gonna be, like really getting into it. I do not encourage you to rush and just grab all these items. Just get the basics and start doing, like, get the cheaper pencils from dollar store, Walmart, I don't know, just something very simple. Don't jump into Copics and pens and what's not. Just start with the simple stuff. Okay, the only thing with the color pencils, again, taking it from Dede Willingham, she's using Prisma colors, and those you can get depending on how many variety of the colors you want. You can get with a coupon at Michael's. Okay, so yeah, and here is example of how the light source, you know, hitting the surface, and what's the shading. So this is the thing that I never can get right. So and on one of the shows, Dede, so how to color highlights, how to, you know, shade the different spots, you know, faces, elements of face, plants, like how to draw the eye. And if we will look into eye, it's really watery. So that's what she's trying to, you know, show you how to achieve that realistic watery effect. And I think Dede drew, following these instructions out of this book, this cat eye on her show. So I will pop the link below to Dede's show on that eye. And so if you are, you know, in your when you're ready to get started on all this stuff, so yeah, so that's one of the books that Dede recommended. And I'm sure there is lots of other books out there that could be taken, but because I'm following Dede and she does the shows all the time, it will be silly not to refer to the books that she's using, because I can follow her, you know, and read up one more time, you know, when I have the same supplies that she does. Does it make sense? I guess it I guess it does. And I decided to pick up this. There were several books that she was showing, and I don't think I need so many, so I just picked up this two, and that would be plenty enough for me right now. There is a lot of information and a lot of practice that I can take out of this one. This one is Colorist Special Effects by Helen Elliston, and this is about those highlights. You see the sparkle star, you know, like gems and stuff. How to do that water, the drop, you know, the tear into your eye, like that tear comes from your eye, like you're crying. How to add the sparkle effect into the eye, the highlights on the lips, you know, the highlights on the glasses, sunglasses, you know. So there is more like to details, the raindrop, the crowns, the bows. So this is more like elements, the sparkle element. This is more like you know, fairy. The other one is more shading and you know, face and all that stuff. So here's the color charts for you, whatever you have, you know, for your pencils and pens. So yeah, it will take a while for me to study and, you know, and just to go through. There is a practice sheet on the here's on the pearl and rhinestones, diamonds, what's not. So this is, at this point of my life, I am probably ready to study on that one. So those are two kind of study guides for you, for me, for you, for me. All right. So while I was perusing, I decided to pick up some watercolor substances, whatever, tools. So this been a long time recommended, again by Dede. This Ganzai Tambi watercolor paints, right? They are paints. So, are they Japanese? Yes, they're made in Japan. So, and I picked up a bigger color combo. So they're very bright and intense. So, and that's the color chart. Okay. So, and I picked up some brushes, the water brushes, and they are different sizes in here. So you just put the water inside of there, and you know, your watercolor. So that's that. Sweetie, I'm recording. And then I picked up the real brush pens. So, and here they are. I decided to go with the 48 colors. And let me see if all right, so here it is, the markers. So they are the same brand, the Japanese markers. And usually if you're working in any journal, you need to run like a sheet for yourself with the color swatches, so you know how you know what it leaks through or what's not. So these are real brush set of 48. They have smaller sets. They are on expensive side, just saying. And Amazon, you know, doesn't use any coupons. So I picked up those. Well, I asked my honey to pick up those for me so I can do some coloring. So that's really cool stuff. I'm very excited to play with those. And so going off Dede's show again. I know you're gonna hear her name all the time. I'm not in Japanese characters, but this book, when she showed this coloring book, just spoke to me. I don't know, maybe because of the animals. Images are just gorgeous, and this is the Camila Derrico pop manga coloring book. A surreal journey through a cute, curious, bizarre, and beautiful worlds. Again, there are several sheets you can color. The inside sheet here, and you know, the girls are just beautiful. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you will search it on Etsy, you can purchase individual sheet. You can download one image, if I'm not mistaken. So you just you know, search the pop manga and whatever in Google search, and whatever it will come up with, then you can take it from there. But this is fairies, butterflies, all the things that I love. So here's the girls. So this is, she's an octopus, and she is an octopus, I guess. Kind of weird, right? But here, look at these butterflies, and here's this tears. So I'm really looking forward to, you know, learn some techniques and apply in here. Look at this Teddy. She's sewing, and I guess she was fixing Teddy, so she's kind of got a little teary eyes. This one has a crow on her head. This girl has cardinals in there, And look at a little bumblebee right there. So she has some Japanese characters. I don't know, those are like creamy white, like, I don't know who they are. They're some sort of animal. Here's the unicorn. Here's another little girl with the little two birdies sitting on her head. The mermaids. So this is like SeaWorld. Another mermaids. This is a dragon. This is some other cute characters she has in the basket. So very, very interesting. Another unicorn. So it's all like whimsical and animals and so yeah, just little fun thing. And what I like about this particular characters, the eyes, they are so well drawn eyes. So I really, and again, I'm picking up particularly this coloring book because Dede is working once in a while. She got a couple shows that she colored one page, through the show, and I can, trust in her and her instincts. I can definitely, follow that tutorial and go ahead and start on this book. It's just the start is really scary, when you don't know what you're doing. Then she did couple shows on this two coloring books. Again, they're Japanese. Look at them. So I'm not gonna be flipping because she did, I'll try to put links to all shows where she's coloring in a particular book, so you will see. And I wanted particular this book because this image with the rabbits, sorry for the glare, she colored that page. That page is her favorite as well as mine. I absolutely love bunnies, and her page came out absolutely gorgeous. And on top of that, while I was watching her show coloring this particular page, my puppy Foxy, she was watching it with me, and she was literally watching it. She was standing with her front paws on the desk and staring at the screen. This was fascinating. I took even a picture of it. It's just so much fun. So but anyway, so there's 3 of this coloring books. Well, actually I wanted this one, but then if you will buy 3, they will giving you like a big discount. This 2 and this one. I didn't see Dede having this one. I really like the shades of this book. So I asked my honey if it's okay, instead of buying one book, that he can buy me the whole set of 3 books. And he said sure. And in here you see they already given you the black background, because sometimes Dede actually colors the background in black. She likes that. But in here they already given you some pages, so you wouldn't waste your time. They already colored the background for you, like this, for the hedgehogs. So it's more like, yeah, just whimsy, nature, nothing fancy. The cherry blossoms, that would be fun to color. And I'm not sure again if Dede has that book. I have to ask her. Maybe she can, start me on that book as well. So, but yeah, whatever you choose to color it with, really just go for it. And again, here's an example. I just took the page. If you chicken in, you don't want to ruin the book, it's a coloring book. It's not a biggie. There is no right and wrong way to color, seriously. So here's an example. You can copy, your image, or you can pull it off of internet, or you can purchase it off Etsy if it's available per print, and color it, and see if you even like coloring before you're gonna go into all this, mess and spending. It's expensive, I can tell you that. So that's why I was like, this is my birthday and I would like to have some stuff. So while I was searching all of that, of course, Amazon gives you more items to choose from, right? Like suggestions. And this book caught my eye. This is adult coloring book by Tatiana Bogema Stolova, and I suspect she's Russian or maybe Ukrainian, but there is nothing about author. Seriously, you're Tatiana. She's a painter. There is a Facebook group. So she's just basically, giving you her coordinates and that she likes coloring and blah blah. So she has the whole series of these books. There is different ones. I decided just to pick up one, and this one has whimsical miniature gnome, nice little towns. You see, it's series number 5. It has teacups, so it's more whimsy. And I decided, and again, you see, she gives you one page to color, so you can tear it out if you want, or you can color in there. But she already covers your background, because the sheets are not very thin, but they're just regular paper, not like in these books. In these books it's much thicker, higher quality paper. This is just regular paper. So I would encourage you, if you will buy, to put like a wax paper on, or some sort of sheet when you are coloring it. If you're doing watercolors, the acrylic paints, or markers, for that reason, because you always need to test. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like if we're gonna be coloring with this markers, if I will put it in here like a swatch, and I will need to write it down what it is. So you see how it's seeping through? You can see it. Okay, so that's why she giving you the darker background, so it would not seep through. But still, to preserve then another page, just in case, I would put something else, or another thicker piece of paper. Wax paper usually works. So that's that. That was really kind of fun book that I really liked. Really cute. So like a little mice is living out. Here's a little nice little town. This is Halloween. Mouse Peep's house. Illustration from other my books. Okay, so here, so she give you, this was the volume number 5, I guess, right? belongs to, so you can write that. Okay, so this all pages belongs to this book, Nice Little Town 5, okay? And she's giving you examples of what other books she has. Look at this really grungy fish. I really like that. So that's, she doesn't give the name of that book. This is illustration from Mouse Peep's House coloring book. Here's the Halloween in there. I guess she will be having like holidays in there, maybe. Cute girls. She has that. This is C. You see the horse, the fish, another fish in there, the corals with her hair. This is a nice little town. So this is another one. Yes, I looked at it. It speaks to me like it's French, you know, one of those little bistros. And I didn't pick up that one. This is Nice Little Town Volume 2. So it's more like city and the buildings. This is Nice Little Town Volume 3. So this is more complicated. You see, she added some shades in here. You see, this is more simplistic, and this is more with the shading. So I guess depends on the level of your coloring. This is Nice Little Town Christmas season. This is Nice Little Town Easter. Really cute, again with the shading. This is Magic Mask, really cute. Great Lion. This is a steampunk. I don't see much gears in here, although kind of like a little bit metallic. That fish was like really steampunk. I really like that fish. Although I do not do well with the metallic colors yet. So that's something that I really would like to learn. And here's another Steampunk Volume 2. So you see that one. Steampunk 3. This is more like cosmic. I like that she already, you know, colored the dark sky around it, so you just need to color the inside the page. Awesome animals. Look at this gorgeous horse. Nice little dragons. So cute. For Valentine with love. Look at this, all the flowers. So adult coloring books by Tatiana Bagema, Stolova. Stress Review Design. Funny and beautiful picture for relaxation. Yeah. So that's it. Printed in USA. So this is my haulage. Again, thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to go ahead and play with these goodies. So thank you so much, my honey, who is enabling my videos. But it's all good. All right. So again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to do some projects. Maybe I hope. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.